Spencer Cannon here from Outdoor Specialty Products, and I'm here to introduce a new product called the Reel Guard. The Reel Guard is a product that's designed to take your reel and protect the edges that get nicked and dinged and all kinds of things. And it's a really amazing product. It actually keeps your reel looking brand new, and it can be removed once you're done if you want to sell the reel. So to give you a little background on where this product actually came from, a good fishing buddy of mine, Kirk Blosh, we noticed that when we went fishing, he kept saying, you know, these reels keep getting nicked up every time we go. You know, whether you're walking along, you slip on a rock, bam, down on the ground. Even if you're throwing it into the back of a truck, the reel takes a lot of abuse, and just over time it naturally gets dinged and nicked up. And this is a beautiful reel. You want to take care of it. And so he kind of started doing some research, and he found that, you know, out there on the market there wasn't a good product for this. And the more he looked into it, he actually figured out, why don't I just make my own? So Kirk came up with the Reel Guard. And the Reel Guard is a simple but effective use of some protective material around the reel that'll make it looking brand new from the day you bought it. And so now I'm going to actually show you how to apply this Reel Guard, and what we're going to be working with today is a Model 1, which works on square and most rounded edges. So let's get started. So what we have here is your standard reel, and your reel is broken into two components. Basically, you have your base half and you have your spool half here. Now the base half actually has a bit of a wider rim here, and it'll be easier to apply the product to this half. Over on your spool half, it's slightly a little bit thinner, and it's actually a little bit rounded on a lot of reels, so just something to keep in mind. But basically these are the only two components that we're going to be dealing with today. So just to go over what's come with your package, you're going to be given two black reel guards, two black tabs that'll cover up the gap between the reel guards, and you're going to have various sizes of the 3M double-sided tape. Now what this is it's basically an adhesive tape that you can put down onto the reel itself that'll keep this reel guard onto the reel. And so what we're going to do is we're going to apply it evenly across the reel. On smaller ones like this size, we're going to use roughly 3, and on larger reel sizes, we're going to have 4. Now do remember you can cut these to size, and the other thing is that this is removable once done. Okay, so before we begin, if you want to, you can actually clean off your reel a little bit with any household alcohol cleaning pad. And it's very simple, you know, just go over it, kind of go like this, and that just removes any excess residue that may be on the reel beforehand. So now we're going to go over the actual installation of these tabs. So what I have here is a reel that I've actually already applied some of these tabs to. So if you'll notice, the tabs are on both the base side and the spool side. On the base side, the wax paper that you've put here is going to be lined up with your reel foot here. And the reason we've done that is because when you're applying the actual reel guard, it's going to wrap around here and come back and meet at this point, leaving a gap. And at that gap, we're going to be applying some black tabs, and we found that this area right here is the best place for application. The same applies over here, but as opposed to the other side, what we've found is to put your reel action down here and apply the brown paper up top, because the reel, we've found that as we're spinning it, it's what's causing the most damage as you're going along. So what we have here is one of those 3M double-sided tabs. So what I've generally found is start peeling off the brown paper here, just to get a start, and then begin folding back the white paper in half. And in folding it in half like that, you now have an exposed brown area here that can easily be applied to the reel. So to show you how this works, I'm going to take the reel here, and now we're able to easily apply this brown tab. And what I've generally found is that if you space these out evenly across the entire reel face, you're going to be able to put the reel guard on here much more easily, and it's going to be much more even as well. So applying this here, you're going to put the brown tape half on the reel and half over it. And what I mean by that is applying it here, you can move down the edge but we're not taking up the entire top of the reel here. As you can see, there's a little flap here that's hanging over. And the reason we do that is because then we can take our fingers here and just push that down for application purposes to get some adhesive over on this other edge. And that's pretty important that you leave that hanging over there so that the reel guard will apply evenly over the entire surface. So now that we've applied all of this brown backing here, what we're going to do is actually peel that off to just keep that double-sided adhesive tape on there. And to demonstrate this, I'm going to show you what I mean. So using this little tab as an example here, you're going to use the corner of your nail to just slowly start backing this off, because it'll actually leave behind the tape residue on here. And in doing so, you're now left with the clear tape, the brown backing removed, and if applied on all 4 tabs on this side and all 4 tabs on this side, you now have equal distribution of the tape to apply the reel guard. Now when applying this, and I'm using the actual spool side here, just remember to apply it across from the actual action. And what you're going to do is just take the reel guard, put it up here, apply it here in the corner, and begin moving around. And this action will go fairly smooth and should apply evenly. And what you're going to notice is at the very end, you're going to have some overlap, as you can see here. And this overlap is where we're going to actually mark it with a pencil. So what you're going to do is take a pencil, very easily mark here so that there is a very small gap, but very small, don't make it too large, between this side of the reel guard and this side. Now after you've marked that with your pencil, just take your scissors, cut at your mark. That'll leave you with just a little extra piece here. It's not important though. And what you should be left with is the reel guard matching here with a very, very small gap there. So once that is complete, we're going to apply one of these black tabs to where these 2 edges meet. And this is not to secure it. It's more to keep leader and tippet and other small materials from getting up there and ripping off the actual reel guard. So what we're going to do is take this black tab and we're just going to place that over where the 2 pieces of the reel guard come together. We're just going to fold that over, make sure that if any line or anything else gets up there, it won't rip off the reel guard after you've applied it. And if applied successfully, this should be fairly flush here, and it'll blend in really well with the black of the reel guard. Okay, so now that you've fully applied your reel guard and you've been using it, it's been working great, but at this point, you're wanting to take it off either to clean your reel or you want to sell your reel or anything like that. It's very easy to remove this. All you want to do is remove the black piece of tape. You can just kind of remove the reel guard like that. You don't have to be super delicate with it. It'll come off easily, no damage to the reel, and the adhesive tape that's been left behind can be easily removed with your thumb. Now if it's dried out a little bit, the easiest way to do this is just to take a hair dryer or any other way of heating it up and just kind of give it a little bit of heat for a little bit of time, and then just take your thumb like this, moving along the edge, and the adhesive tape should just come right off. Okay, so we've taken some time, gone through the whole process, but just kind of to wrap up one more time. We've taken our original reel, we've cleaned it with an alcohol pad to remove any excess residue, and after that was done, we've taken the 3M double-sided tape and applied it in various areas here to create a full circle of adhesion. Once that's complete, we've taken off the brown backing off of the tape to allow that adhesion to stick to the reel guard. And once applied, the reel guard and black tab make for a full uniform circle that protects the reel on both sides and keeps it in working condition and keeps it looking beautiful.